Hello, boyos. Hello, boyos. This is the loner. Oyo, boyos.
Oyo, boyos.
Hello, boyo.
Hello. Yo, how's it going? I'm keeping this. This is the show. This is the Loner Gamecast, where we discuss that everything is video games. This week we're talking about some arrests that happened due to cheating. We're talking about the closure of PlayStation stores. We're talking about how MLB the Show is weird. I'm Jake. That over there is Nick. How you doing, Nick?
You know, I'm doing all right. Moving into my house, so probably next week this is gonna look a whole lot different. My workspace, I won't be sitting on a bed anymore, and yeah, hopefully I'll have some cool, interesting shit in the background. Yeah. Like those lights will be on and working, and I'll have some other ones maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Play it by ear. It'll be different. It'll definitely be different. But I've been busy.
I'm excited for you.
Me too.
I've also been very busy this past week. Since our last show, Nick, we've had 4 videos on the channel.
Good Lord.
I've been all over that. We did our spoiler cast for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Did a little mini review for Godzilla vs. Kong, which meant I also had to watch that movie. And we all it was fun. It's definitely fun. I had to rethink and bring it out of my mind. I had to think about the Snyder Cut again. So that's up on the channel as well. Yeah, so I've been pretty busy. I've also been watching this show called Invincible. Have you heard about this show?
No, dude, where is it? It's
on Amazon.
Okay.
It's super good. It's got J.K. Simmons, and it's stylized like a classic like Justice League cartoon, but then it ends with I mean, just kind of spoilers, with a mass murder of the Justice League, and it's just brutal, where a dude's face just gets exploded and guts go everywhere. So it's like stylized like classic Justice League,
but it's a cartoon.
But it's like intense. Yeah, it's a cartoon, but it's
weird. Okay,
it's fucking good. I'm only on episode 3, but there's only like 4 episodes or 5 episodes.
Huh. How long are these episodes?
Like 40, 45 minutes.
Okay.
To an hour.
About kind of about what everybody else is doing right now with TV shows.
Yeah. It's really good though. You should check it out.
I might.
I'm not going to talk about last week's question. No one answered it. So
good.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them.
What you been playing, Nick?
Well, since the move, I've only really been playing one thing.
Oh, Dark Desar in chat. He gets it. Great show, he says. He knows what's up.
Thanks, Dark Desar. I've only been playing one thing because I've been so busy with everything else. So handhelds only, boy. I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter Rise. Still, nice. I'm not too far in it. I feel like I've done a lot, but then I like look back at like all the monsters that I've actually killed, and the list isn't very long. And I'm like, I'm at 4-star right now, which is, I don't know how many stars there are. I'm still in low rank. I don't even know if there's a high rank, and it's fun. And I'm trying to pick up a switch axe build, which is like you have this giant axe, and it's kind of slow at first, and then you charge up your sword, and then your sword hits harder and faster, I think, and then you have like these explosions that go off, and it's kind of fun, but also I've never used it before, so it's kind of challenging for me. But yeah, it's kind of boring for boring week for me. Other than that, how about you? What have you been playing?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people are liking the new Monster Hunter Rise. I've seen a bunch of people say that it's actually better than Monster Hunter World, which I find that hard to believe. But
it's really good. But I don't know if I'm far enough in order to say anything like that.
Yeah. Especially, you're definitely biased to Monster Hunter World because you put like 100 hours in that game.
I put more than that. Yeah. Easily 100 hours.
Last week, I would say I said I would beat Mario Rabbids, and I did. I did. I beat it.
Shit. Damn.
You doubted me.
I did.
But I did it. I beat the game.
Well, you know what? You want to know why I doubted you? Because literally the day that we recorded, you're like, "Hey, guess what?" And I'm like, "What?" And you're like, "I bought Super Mario 3D All Stars plus Bowser's Fury." I'm like, "Oh my god, you're never gonna finish. Like, you're gonna want to play that game
I haven't
before
started
you beat the game." Yeah. See, so now
started.
you're never gonna play it. You're never.
No,
you're,
I'm gonna. I was actually planning on starting it up after the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe.
I'm excited
kidding.
I'm excited to play it.
I just like challenging you. That's the thing. I like challenging you, making sure you stay on.
And you've been right, because I remember with Ghost of Tsushima, I'm like, I'm gonna beat it this week. And then like 2 months passed, and it's like, okay, I finally beat this fucking game.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Mario Rabbids is also like way shorter. The game's like a little too easy, I think.
You think?
Yeah, I think it's a little too easy, but it's XCOM for kids, so I accept it. But then like the last mission happens. It's the first time you see Bowser, and the only time you see Bowser. You got to fight Bowser, and because of course, and it's actually really fucking hard. It's a pretty hard final boss. Like you just get wrecked. I most of the battles I didn't have to restart at all, except for that one. I had to redo it like 5 times before I finally got it.
Damn. Now, when you say you beat it, did you also beat the DLC? Because I know you got that.
I haven't done the DLC yet. So
do you plan on doing the DLC?
I do plan on doing it. I don't know if I'm gonna like start it in the next week or so, but like because I do want to play 3D World, so I'll probably get to that first. But yeah, I'll definitely get to it because now that I have this new fixture S1 for. Just sponsor us, guys. Come on.
Yeah, just fucking plug that shit. Hopefully they'll see it. But send me one because I don't have one.
Yeah, it's super cool though. The fact that I can use a Pro controller now, but still use it handheld, is honestly reinvigorated my spirit to play the Switch, and like has been the main thing I've been playing lately. I've also been playing more Dragon Ball Fighters, and we're getting too good at it, and
okay.
Yeah, it's weird. I've never like put this much time into a fighting game ever in my life.
But it's a good one.
It is good. Yeah, it's super good. I'm also excited for the new Rocket League
season.
So
yeah,
probably stream that tomorrow. That'll be fun.
I don't think it's out tomorrow. I think the season starts on Wednesday. Their update comes out tomorrow. But I think the season is on the 7th. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then Wednesday I'll do it.
They might have the game, like a new game mode or something tomorrow on the 6th. But yeah.
Yeah. But that's pretty much all I've been playing for the past week.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited for Rocket League too. Not the second Rocket League, but Rocket League Season 3 also.
If Rocket League 2 was announced, I'd be all in though.
Yeah, for sure.
That is a day one purchase. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we got Rocket League for free back in the day.
That's true.
And now it's free again.
That's true. It is free now. But I'm sure if they...
Do you think there would even ever be a Rocket League 2?
I'm sure in like 10 years, yeah.
Maybe.
Eventually this game's community will die, and that's when they're like, okay, we just need to make a new one.
try to get more people back in here.
It's just like Overwatch, where they're like, there will never be another Overwatch, and now there's Overwatch 2, which looks exactly like Overwatch 1.
Yeah, it sure does. Good job, Blizzard.
Let's get into what we lovingly call titties. Just little tidbits of news. We got some titties.
We like to dive right into those titties.
Oh, Dark Desar has a suggestion for Rocket League game mode: 2 balls instead of 1.
Oh, dude, that would be so good.
That'd be sick as hell, dude.
It'd be like that Fall Guys thing where like the balls would just drop, and then when you score one, another one drops.
Yeah,
that would be pretty cool.
That'd be sick.
And there's like that would be so good.
Yeah, it's just 5 minutes nonstop, doesn't stop ever. Yeah,
fucking epic. Yeah. Hire that guy, Dark Desar, in our chat.
Yeah,
hire him.
Yeah, whisper him. Let's get into the titties here. We love our titties.
I love me titties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first footage of Call of Duty Warzone's new 1980s map has leaked. The current Verdansk will be replaced by a Cold War themed map in April. VGC, as VGC understands. That comes from VGC.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They're just saying, "Fuck you, Modern Warfare. We're no longer doing
well, that map will
times."
They'll do like Apex, I imagine, where it'll be like that map's there, and this map comes every once in a while. And
what's kind of cool with what they're doing with this is they're kind of opening this Warzone up. I've never played Warzone, and I refused to play
once when it came out, and I was like, eh.
I've played a lot of Modern Warfare, and my time on Modern Warfare is like 14 days, blah blah blah, and then you click on like Warzone, it's like 0, and I like that. It's just like, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool that they're doing like, oh yeah, modern shit and Cold War shit is in the same kind of universe, and they're mashing. I find that kind of interesting. There's not really like a canon to it.
They'll just update Warzone with whatever the new game is, I guess.
Yeah. Or one would hope.
That's smart, I guess. So every year we'll get a new map, I guess. That's cool. Next titty is and I just kind of threw this in here. The new Edge browser on Xbox seems legit. Because it does. I saw a little snippet of them showing off the browser on Xbox, and it seems pretty legit. Like, you can actually have your browser running while you're playing games and stuff. So if you want to talk on Discord, you can just pull up Discord on your Edge browser. Or if you want to scroll through your Facebook in between games, you can pull it up on your browser, and it looks pretty fucking legit on like browsers on PlayStation and stuff where it barely functions, barely works. It looks like it works perfectly good, which confirms to me that the Xbox is really just a consumer-friendly PC. Yeah.
It seems like it. I haven't seen the this video or anything about it, but it has like picture-in-picture shit where you can have like your browser up on the Edge.
It's still in beta right now, so only a few people have gotten to test it out.
We have no idea if it even works that way. So,
well, there are videos of people using it though, because they gave out like beta codes to journalists.
But once you get a whole bunch of people doing the same shit, I don't know.
We'll see. Know. I think it's cool.
It could be well be.
Definitely a necessary upgrade for consoles, I think.
Yes.
I think consoles have been lacking that feature for way too long, where we've always had these browsers, but it's such a slog just to get through them. I remember on the PS3, to get like new backgrounds and stuff, you'd have to go through the browser.
Yeah.
And it was so bad. Although I do miss that. I wish that was still a thing. That was so great.
Getting custom themes just straight off the internet rather than buying them.
People
for like
them and stuff.
$600. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not knowing what you're buying, because somebody will put it up for like $2 for this HD background, and then they don't put a picture of it. You just have to trust them that it's a cool image. And it's just like, oh great, I got a monkey jacking off.
Dude, I had such a good one. I had it was Bart Simpson, but it was the cover of Nirvana's Nevermind, but it was Bart Simpson instead of the baby. I love that. I love that background. So good.
Good one.
And like you can't get that shit on the PlayStation Store, you know?
No, yeah, nothing. Well, yeah, because it's got the Simpsons in it, and you gotta have like a fucking deal. But
right. Yeah. Next titty. An original 1985 edition of Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System sold for a whopping $660,000 in Dallas on Friday, smashing the world record for a single video game sale, according to Heritage Auctions, which handled the transaction. The unopened Nintendo video game is the finest copy known to have been professionally graded for auction, the company said in a statement. The previous record video game sale was a paltry $114,000 set last July.
Holy shit.
What's the point? I don't get it.
I what? Yeah, seriously, what is the point? Look at this.
Super Mario Bros. Too. Like,
Super
isn't
Mario
that like a
Bros.
really like? There's like thousands of those still.
Right, but this one's unopened.
Ooh, it's
and
unopened.
The
They do this
the
with
plastic is perfectly.
This has been a thing in comic books recently as well, where there's these companies that take them and they like inspect them and they're like, ooh, this is an A grade one, and then they put them in these like little boxes and stuff. And for whatever reason, if someone does that, it like makes the price of it go up substantially, which is obviously what's happening here, where they got it graded by some company, and because this company graded it, it's worth $660,000. It's just insane.
Well, somebody fucking bought it at an auction. Somebody wanted this game.
Yeah.
For more than $500,000. You know, like,
who has that money?
Who has that money for a game that's not opened, and they're not going to open it, and they're not going to, you know, like, why?
Just put it on the shelf, I guess. Nick's frozen. We lost him. It happened again.
What are you gonna do with that? Put it on the shelf? Put it in a. You know, this shouldn't fucking happen next week, because I'll hopefully have a fucking an Ethernet connection.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. It's
fingers crossed.
It's fine. It happens. Let's move on to the next titty.
Fuck this guy though. Fuck this guy in this particular titty.
Next titty. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, spring delay pushed with no release date, or with no new release window. So it was supposed to come out in spring, and then it was delayed, and there's no new release window for it.
Bummer.
I think we're going to see more of this happening all over the place. I think now things have been basically closed for the past year, and I think that's just now starting to catch up with us as far as video games go. Because like last year, like it's like all the games that were almost done anyway. Now we're getting to the games that were like would have been heavily worked on last year that just couldn't be worked on.
I agree.
Due to COVID. So we're going to see more of this, which sucks. It really sucks, especially with like this is the new console. So we're going to see a lot of games that should be coming out, not coming out. It's not worth making a big stink about, but it's worth mentioning, I guess.
Yep. It's kind of funny just how important it is to work in the same building on video games. You know,
you think you could work on it at home, but I do think like there is such a like, hey, I can't figure this out. Can you come over here and like help me out with it? Or you know, I think there is such a huge part of that goes into game development.
For sure. And unless you're like living with all of your division or your I don't know what you call it.
And also like
people in your department. Yeah.
Also, you have to have pretty high-end PCs, and I imagine they can't just like afford to give all of their employees these high-end PCs.
Right.
To work on these things. So
yeah, just take your system home, and you know,
I'd do that.
It's like, okay, great, and where am I gonna put it? Like,
fucking find a place.
With like software engineers, they got like the dev kits of the PlayStation 6s or whatever, and they're just like, what am I gonna do?
I don't know how this thing works.
You know?
Yeah. Game publisher CD Projekt Red rolled out a massive downloadable patch for Cyberpunk 2077, promising that the update will apply over 500 fixes and improvements to the futuristic action adventure. That's pretty insane. That's a lot of fixes.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen the list of shit that happened, and it's just like shit that should have been in the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just like cars don't run you over just because you're in the street anymore. I've seen that one. That's a big one.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like, oh yeah, we had this issue where if you holstered your weapon or dropped your weapon, you couldn't pick it up, and it's like, okay, cool. That it's nothing like, it doesn't change the game at all. It's like
Yeah,
There was
I
a
heard
hole
one of
here,
the
and now there's
one of
not
the
a
big
hole
ones
there.
was the police react differently now, I guess. So
I don't know if they react differently. I think the radius where they spawn is much bigger. So it's like
oh,
they
okay.
still it's the same thing. I think I didn't read this one exactly, but it's like the radius is they just expanded it out, so they won't spawn directly behind you anymore.
Yeah.
Which is good, but I never really ran into that issue with police and stuff. Because I'm a good citizen of Night City.
I still haven't played it.
Good. It's
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
I have it.
I'm
I have
Yep.
it. Maybe I'll play it now that these fixes are there. I don't know.
I would not. No, I'd wait.
Maybe when Returnal comes out, since I can't play it because I can't find a PS5, I'll play that
No,
instead.
no,
of Returnal.
you'll be playing Switch stuff.
Probably.
You got so much shit on the Switch.
Let's get into the big news, baby. Let's get into the news.
I don't know anything. I had the thing. I'm falling apart. This move has fucked me up. I don't even have the thing.
I'll give a little.
Nice, perfect.
Yeah, little bass slap.
Just a bunk. Yeah,
little bass slap.
Perfect.
First piece of news. This comes from Luke Plunkett at Kotaku. Police arrest members of world's biggest video game cheat company, seize luxury cars. And of course, Chinese police have moved against a company billed as the world's largest seller of video game cheats, arresting 10 of its members and confiscating over $40 million worth of assets. The cheat sellers were operating under the name Chicken Drumstick and sold cheats for everything from Call of Duty to Overwatch, with subscription prices for their services ranging from $10 a day to $200 a month.
Jesus.
As part of the raid, police took possession of $46 million of assets, which included several luxury cars.
So, we used to have Cheat Shark or Shark Buddy, or I forget what it was called, and it was a disc, and you put it in your PlayStation 2, and then it would bring up a menu, and it's like, what cheats do you want to activate? These guys literally just go, here's a shark disc, and then somebody goes, okay, and puts it in their PlayStation 4, and they go like, what cheats do you want to activate? Give me spawning a million cars and whatever I want. Like, I don't understand what a cheat
the difference
company
is that like this isn't really like cheating like back in the day was cheating, where it just kind of fucked up the game.
Right.
This is people hacking in Call of Duty, or hacking in Overwatch, wall hacks, going through, basically ruining communities, which I would understand games being like super upset about that, because we've seen it before where like hacking gets so bad in a game where it legitimately ruins the community of the game.
Yeah.
So I could see that. And then also, if they're capable of hacking and doing that, what is stopping them from like hacking into game servers altogether and like getting into people's precious data and stuff? So I kind of get it. It seems a little aggressive, but something has to be done about that stuff, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's just such a weird, like, you can get arrested for selling a product. I guess it's just kind of strange to me, where it's just like, hey, yeah, we're selling this software, I guess, that lets you see through walls in video games, and it's like, okay, cool,
jail.
Yeah, I'll buy that, and then somebody's like, you can't sell that for reasons, you're going to jail. It's like, what? Okay.
Well, it's they're manipulating the source code and stuff, and like you can't do that.
Well, I don't know. I must have to read the law of it. I don't understand how.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it kind of reminds me of like when, I mean, I think it's different because I feel like them getting arrested is more justified than this, but it reminds me of back in the day when people were like getting arrested for torrents, which we'll talk more about torrents in a little bit because I have something to say about that.
Okay.
But like, where like the 6-year-old girl is like you have to pay $100,000 because you downloaded all of Lady Gaga's discography
to this multi-million-dollar artist. Yeah, please.
Yeah, because like I don't really care about Valve or Activision with those two examples, Call of Duty or Overwatch, but like I get it. Like they're hacking into their system. That what's stopping them from the infamous PlayStation hack back in like what 2008 or whenever that happened, 2013, 12.
The network was down for like 3 months or some shit like that.
Yeah, and everyone's data was leaked and stuff, and all their people had to like replace their cards and. Yeah.
But then we're getting into, I think was it the Minority Report? Or am I thinking of something where they can like see that somebody's doing a crime before the crime is done?
Well, I mean, they are committing a crime though by hacking into their game and hacking into their source code.
I guess so.
Because when you pay for a game, and this is the cheeky thing, is you're not paying that you own the game. You own the right to play the game.
That's right.
You don't own the source code.
Right.
But
not
like
anymore.
But like you notice, people don't get pissed about mods and stuff. They get mad about hacks and cheating in online games, which is understandable because it can kill communities.
I mean, unless you're Nintendo.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's kind of interesting that there's people that are just these chicken drumstick people that are just fucking worth $40 million.
Well, and China is also like hardcore with their stuff, so
yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really know much about Chinese law or anything like that.
No, I don't either. But you were saying something about torrents.
We'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about this first. MLB the Show 21 is the first PlayStation Studios game to launch on Xbox Gamepass. The deal also means PlayStation owners have to pay $60 for the Sony-developed MLB The Show 21, while Xbox owners could get it as part of their Game Pass subscription when it comes to Xbox, which comes out April 20th. That's interesting.
It's fucking cool. This is like the first time that a PlayStation game has... Have you seen... there's a video of what the load screen is, like, when you turn it on and it has all like the developers, whatever. It has one of the most bizarre opening screens, because it goes PlayStation Studios and it has that square with the PlayStation Studios, and that kind of wipes away, and then it says Xbox, and you're like, what? This is weird. Like, it blew my mind to see that thing, and it's very strange. It's changing of the guard, changing of the season, changing times are changing.
Yeah, it raises a lot of questions for me. Like, first of all, what does that agreement look like between the two of them? A lot of money. PlayStation probably got a lot of money for them to do that.
Yeah. But so did the show.
But what is
whoever?
Yeah.
Because it's on Game Pass. If it wasn't on Game Pass and you had to buy it, that would be a little more understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
but
that's what I mean though. Like, they had to have gotten a lot of money, and PlayStation got a lot of money from this. But it raises a lot of questions for me, like, what does this mean for the future interaction between PlayStation and Xbox? Is this just the first step? Like, are we going to start seeing more PlayStation games do this, come to Game Pass, and go to Xbox? And what does this mean, where I've been saying this for a long time, where Xbox is like, we're just going to stop making consoles. PlayStation exists. We're just going to put Game Pass on PlayStation.
Right.
And how long until we see that?
I think that's the step. That's the ultimate goal, isn't it? It's
how long before Microsoft buys Sony?
Yeah. I hope that never happens, because that would be
shot down by the U.S. government so fast.
One would hope.
They're like, that is a monopoly. That is such a huge monopoly on the market. That'd be insane.
I mean, we already have Amazon,
Yeah, and that would probably be their defense. Is like, well, look, Amazon and Apple's doing Apple Arcade now.
And Disney's got all of this. Disney's got the entertainment industry locked
down. Nintendo, yeah. What about Nintendo? It's like, okay, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It raises a lot of questions for me. Is this just going to be like a one-off thing because it's baseball? And they're like, fuck it, it's baseball. Who cares? Most people didn't even realize that this game was a Sony exclusive.
I'm sure the people who played it realized that.
Well, yeah, of course. But I don't think
we got a friend who fucking slams this game every single year, and it's probably one of the best sports games, like real life sports games.
I fucking hate it, but I get the appeal.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never played it.
I'm so bad at it, dude. I'm so bad at it. Just hitting that ball, I just can't do it. I'm so bad. I fucking hate it. But I get it. And this the main thing for me is like this would be great for PC. I think like this game should be on PC. It raises so many questions that we probably won't fully get the answers to for years to come. Like what does this mean for PlayStation and Xbox's relationship? Is this like kind of them setting their differences aside and being like, hey, let's be homies, you know, we're kind of being attacked by Amazon and Apple now. Let's just make sure they don't enter the market and it's just us. We're the big dogs. And then Nintendo's like, hey guys, we got Mario.
Isn't Mario fun? We got nothing else. There's nothing else ever coming out. But we got Mario.
We got Mario, guys.
God, I hate Nintendo right now.
I just gotta say, dude, Xbox, they're killing it lately.
Yeah, they're doing some next gen shit.
They're killing it.
Like PlayStation's got that next gen console, but Xbox Xbox has got that next gen state of mind.
Infrastructure,
yeah. The Xbox network makes sense now.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, it's not just Xbox.
We're everywhere, baby.
It's everything. It's soon Nintendo Switch, soon PlayStation's. It's on PC already. It's a fucking fungus that just won't die, but it doesn't need to die. It's Phil Spencer's like, I just want people to game. Is that like ideal? I think is the whole of Xbox. It's like, we don't give a shit where you play. Just play games. You know? We got more money than God at this point. We're Microsoft. This can go down and we'll still,
But also, it's not going down for them. And what they're doing is genius. They're appealing to us, and they're also starting to corner the market, I think, as far as their whole Gamepass thing goes, because I think that is like the future of games. And Sony needs to catch up soon, or it's going to look bad for them. I really do think that, especially like right now with the PS5, like there's no real games out for it. And that's what Sony's always been really good at, is exclusive titles. Like their exclusives are the shit. But how long does that keep you going when Xbox also has that now with things like Bethesda, Ninja Theory, and Halo still exists. Like they have exclusives now, and they have this infrastructure with Game Pass, and it's like, what does PlayStation have? The Last of Us. They have Naughty Dog.
They have Naughty Dog.
They have Ratchet and Clank.
And I would have said MLB, but no longer MLB.
Yeah. So like Sony needs to do something.
Like,
they need to do something quick. They need to focus more on.
I lost you. You can probably still hear me though.
I can. Hello. Twice in one show, huh?
I know. Jeez, there you are.
Yeah, twice in one show.
Sorry about that.
Oof.
Twice in one show. It's rough. It's rough out here
it's hard out
for
here.
A dog. Woof woof.
And
oh my god. Is it doing it again? No, okay. You're fine.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Speaking of bad press for PlayStation,
let's hear it.
This just revealed. This comes from Video Game Chronicles, VGC. Revealed the 138 PlayStation games that won't be available anywhere after the store closures. Earlier this week, our analysis suggested that in total, around 2,200 digital-only games would disappear from PlayStation marketplaces, though the vast majority would still be available on other platforms such as PC or Xbox. However, the 138 titles listed below will essentially become lost forever on the respective platforms and are currently not available for purchases on any other platforms. And listed below in the article, it has a long list of the 138 games. So if you want to look at that, go ahead and look up this article. But although users will still be able to re-download their previously purchased their previous purchases for the foreseeable future, from July 2nd, it will no longer be possible to buy games on the PS3 or PSP online marketplaces, and come August 27th, the same will apply to the Vita as well. Games set to disappear following the PlayStation Store closures include the likes of Infamous, Festival of Blood, Echochrome 2, Luminous Supernova, The Last Guy, Rain, Trash Panic, Pixel Junk Racers, Tokyo Jungle, TXK, and Motorstorm RC.
Damn.
It's just such a bad move, this.
You think so?
I really, especially the Vita. Dude, okay, because the Vita and the PS3. PSP, yeah, you could probably get rid of that. I think a big issue with the Vita is people still develop for the Vita. And when the rumors started coming out, there were a bunch of developers who reached out to Sony and were like, hey, is this true? Like, we're currently making a game for your system. And Sony didn't reach out to them, and they found out like us.
Right.
And they're like, well, fuck. So that sucks.
Yeah.
Because Vita still has a pretty... not large community, but they have a community of people who play these like visual novels and stuff like that still exist on the Vita. The other thing about the PS3 store is there's just, because the infrastructure is so different of PS4, there's just so many games that are going to be impossible to get now. And I know it's like, it only says 138 titles, which that's still a lot of titles. But then you also have to think of like, if you don't own an Xbox or you don't own a PC, a lot of these games are just gone. If you own a PS5, like these games are just gone. And, I think what Sony is doing now is like, hey, our PS5 store is the same as the PS4 store. And that's how it's going to be from now on, I think, which is smart. So then it's going to be a lot like Steam in that way, where it's like, this game may not be compatible on this hardware anymore, but it's still on the store. So forever you can go back to your PS4 and it's no cost to us. So I do think like the PS3 is probably just like a big burdensome infrastructure to them. But like they should have figured out some way to.
Right. You say that, and the things that I'm thinking of is like a lot of the games, especially on the PS3, were like indie games that nobody put any time into. Like it's a side scroller.
Yeah,
I'm
like
sure a lot of these
Festival
games
of Blood.
No, not that. But like, I'm sure a lot of them are like these little shitty games. And it's like, okay, yeah, that
or
nobody
like Uncharted,
that 60-cent day.
But like you got to think like game. Even like Uncharted 3. Sorry to cut you off, but like even like Uncharted 3, which you can buy physically, you can't buy it digitally now. So now you just have to hope that you can find it physically somewhere.
Or you get the collection.
Yeah, or you buy the remaster. But so maybe that's a bad example. But like even if you want that, like okay, the Ratchet and Clank collection, which only existed on the PS3, you'll have to find it physically now. Which sucks. You know, that just sucks. And basically what this is saying to me, and why I was mentioning torrenting, is like, what this is saying to me is everyone should go buy a Vita, jailbreak it, and fucking get an emulator and emulate all of these games. Do it.
Yep.
Do it. Come at me, Sony. I don't give a fuck. This is what you get for not making your shit backwards compatible and then actively ruining the infrastructure of the other platforms.
Right.
This is what you get. Now we're going to jailbreak and we're going to fucking torrent all of it.
Yeah. It's true. It's like Tokyo Jungle, you know, that game never had a physical release, and it's only on the Vita. And the Vita's got to have the biggest library of games. Like, it's got to be the highest number. If you split them up between Vita, PSP, and PS3, that has to have the highest number of shit that just won't exist anymore.
Probably,
like
yeah.
Gravity Rush, if you can find a physical PS Vita version of Gravity Rush, I guarantee you that game will cost a lot of money in the future, because you won't be able to get it online. You can buy the PS4 version, but that's already hard enough to find. And if you have the physical version of it, then it's going to be so hard to get that, because they didn't make a whole lot of them. It's just shit like that. It's like,
well, yeah, and then shit like Jim Ryan coming out and saying, well, we didn't implement backwards compatibility into the PS5 because, you know, we found that people, you know, why would anyone play that? That's what he said. Why would anyone play those games? They're ugly. Like, that's what he said. And it's like, okay, I'm going to go to Walmart then. I'm going to find one of those mini PlayStations, and I'm going to shoplift it. Because
yeah,
why are you selling? Why would you sell it?
Why would anybody buy?
Why would anyone buy it? You know?
Yeah.
That's what you're insinuating. And yes, I did steal that line from Jim Sterling, because they're definitely onto something with that. Because it's true. Because it's just like Nintendo. For years and years and years, Nintendo's been doing this shit where they don't have any way to buy these old games that existed. And then you're like, okay, well, I want to play this game and I have no way of getting it. So you emulate it. And then they come after these emulation companies. But it's like, dude, you don't even have a way for me to play this game. So unless you have a way for me to play this game, you need to stop coming for these emulation companies. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
And it's so frustrating to me.
Yeah. It's like, it's kind of a nostalgia thing, you know, at this point. It's like, it's one of those things where you might not play the game, but you still want it. You want, well, I guess, but then you can still download the games. Like, you can, if you have them and you
for now,
and you have them, you can download the games or even store them on your console, right? And they're not going anywhere from your library. So I feel like the only people this hurts, I'm making like a flip right now. The only people this hurts are people who are just behind the curve, who haven't gotten a PS4, who haven't gotten a Vita and would like to, you know, and they're just like, okay, I'll pick up the Vita.
But what it also affects,
or they're given the Vita and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna play this game, and then they can't download it. That's
but to me, that's like the same as saying, like, I want to I'm trying to look at I want to watch Fight Club, right?
Okay.
I want to watch Fight Club, so I'm gonna go down to Walmart, buy Fight Club, put it in my DVD player.
Right.
Why would you watch Fight Club? That's an old movie.
Yeah.
That's an old movie. Why would you play Jet Moto? That's an old game. Why would you play Tetris? That's an old game. It's like, that's stupid. Because I want to, man. I like this game, you know? Like it.
Right, but then it's like, you should have already had it at this point. You know?
No, because that doesn't. You should have already seen Fight Club. Well, it's like, I did, but I want to play it again.
Owned Fight Club.
But maybe I didn't. Maybe I saw it at a friend's house. It's like, man, remember this movie I watched when I was younger? I want to watch that movie. Remember that game I played when I was younger? I want to go. I want to play that game. You know?
Right. But that's the only people that it's hurting, is those people that.
Or my disc got scratched, or my console broke, or whatever.
Yeah. No, I get that.
To me, video games are the only thing that do this. They're the only medium that does this. Even movies, which have had incremental upgrades, similar, just like less frequently. But, you know, we had VHS.
Mm-hmm.
We had DVDs.
Right.
We had Blu-rays.
Right.
They quickly make these games or these movies available on these platforms, you know?
Right.
You know, I don't know. It does. It's and also Blu-ray players. You can watch DVD players. You can watch DVDs on them.
That's true.
Yeah, backwards compatibility. But why would you watch a DVD? You have a
but
Blu-ray.
You can't watch VHS on a Blu-ray
Yeah,
player, though.
that's But
you can't watch VHS on a DVD player.
Yeah, that's a little different though. That's more like saying like, you can't play your fucking Nintendo 64 games on your GameCube. Yeah, because it's a totally different thing, you know. Like, yeah, that makes sense. But that's not the case here. Like, the storefront could easily be changed. It could, and they could have implemented more backwards compatibility functions on the PS5. I don't know, man. It's really annoying. They didn't think about it, and this is on them. If people get pissed about it, I think they have the right to be pissed about it. It's like, I love these games, especially the developers for the Vita. That console's not even 10 years old yet.
I know. I fucking
It's
love
9
that
years
console.
old.
I love that console, and I really wish they would make another one. I was going to bring this up, and I'm like, the only reason I can see them doing this is because they have something else lined up, but that's such like a fleeting hope, you know? Like, I hope they have a Vita 2, but in my heart, it's like, no, they're done with that. They're not going to make.
Why would they do that? Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, why would you play those games? You know.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like, why would they make that when Xbox is more on the right frame of mind, where it's like, let's have xCloud and you can play these games on your phone.
Yeah, phone games suck though.
Well, no, because it would be like my Fixture S1, where you'd have a little clip onto a controller and you'd stick your phone in there and you'd play a game like that.
And then your phone dies in 5 minutes. Like,
I don't know. Does your phone die in 5 minutes when you watch?
If I'm playing something, like if I'm playing Gwent or something.
Well, be more of a streaming thing. My phone doesn't die after 5 minutes when playing Gwent.
No.
Oh.
It takes a minute. It's not 5 minutes. It takes a couple hours, but still, like, I use my phone for other things.
Right.
It's like I don't want to be on a train. Not that we have any trains here, but I don't want to be on a train playing, you know, Gwent or that in the future playing Call of Duty 17 on my phone. And then,
well, you could buy like a cheap.
Okay, my train's done, and then put your phone in your pocket, and then 5 minutes later it dies, and you're like, "Fuck! I lost my keys, and I get
what you mean, because like, yeah, xCloud doesn't really have. You need internet access for it too, for it to work. So,
and I would much rather have a secondary thing that has its own lifespan.
Yeah. That's why I love the Vita.
Where it's like. Yeah, it's like I'll take this with me if I know I'm going on a trip or I know I'm going to be sitting.
Not the Vita. That's why I love the Switch. Yeah.
Well, the Vita too.
Yeah.
But you just play it.
But why would I play the Vita? Those games are old.
What?
Why would I play the Vita? Those games are old.
They're old games. Dude, I want. It's so good. The Vita was so good.
Yep. They really fucked up on that one.
Makes me sad.
I'm concerned about Sony, honestly. They were so dominant during the PS4, and you know, obviously their consoles are selling really well right now. But like, everything that keeps happening is like Xbox gets the win, and Sony's like,
You know, I do have to say though, if like the streaming video games takes over and you're spending $20 a month, it's going to be a lot harder for me to actually shell out that money of like $20 a month. I feel like streaming services, I don't really pay for streaming services because they have so many ways around them. If that was to happen, I just don't think I would watch. Like if they were to lock out streaming services to like family and friends or multiple screens or whatever, I don't think I'd watch streaming services. The only one I pay for is Disney Plus, right?
Well,
And
I pay for Disney Plus, I pay for Netflix, and I pay for HBO Max.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's
but
like $40, you know.
But like the difference is like I really really like movies and television. You're kind of like more, yeah, I kind of like that stuff. Like video games, though, to you, that's like your shit.
Right. But I feel like, there's no, like, so you're playing your games, right? And next month, there's nothing really coming out, and you're kind of gone stale. And you're like, well, I don't want to pay for Game Pass because there's nothing really interests me on that. And so I'm just going to cancel my subscription, right? But then the month after that, you have to re-up it because something comes out. I just feel like there will be a lot of chunks where it's like, I'm just not paying. I'm not playing any video games. Like 2 months or something, like nothing is out. I don't feel like playing any of these games. And whereas now it's like,
that's fine though.
In the lull times, I can be like, I'm going to boot up Rocket League. I'm going to boot up Monster Hunter. I'm going to boot up whatever because I own those games.
But I still think like on the grand scheme, how much is Game Pass? It's like
12? It's 15 right now.
Is it 15?
Yeah.
So what is okay? Let me get a calculator out here. So let's say 15 times 12. It's 180.
You muted yourself, you idiot.
Oh shit! You're right. My times button is my mute button. I forgot. Okay, so $180. Okay, a year.
Right. That is double what it is right now to play online.
Let's divide that by 60. That's 3 video games a year. Okay, so how many games do you think you buy a year?
Well, yeah. Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I see your point because I bought Monster Hunter Rise. I'm going to buy Returnal probably, and I'm sure there's something going to come out within Christmas time. Sorry.
I spend well above that every year on video games. So it's like buying 3 games and you're getting way more than 3 games, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's worth it. And also, when you're having a lull like that, you can cancel it.
Yeah.
It's like for these 3 months, I just wanted to play this game.
But then what if the way I would do it is buy it for a year or whatever because it's at a lower rate or whatever, and you can't cancel it at that point.
Yeah, you could do that though.
So
I don't know. I think it's a really smanging deal. You get a lot of games, get a lot of value, especially with
for now. But you know, Netflix raised their prices. Disney raised their prices just now. Yeah. I'm sure all of those other streaming services are going to raise their prices. It's only a matter of time before Xbox goes, okay, well, everybody's using this. Everybody wants this.
It's 3 games a year. Now it's 4 games a year. It's still,
I guess,
still a pretty good deal. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty sweet deal. And then you could still get like your Rocket Leagues or whatever, which are, you know, your cheaper indie games that don't make it onto Game Pass or whatever. I don't know.
True.
I think it's sweet, especially since Game Pass, right? Like this includes Xbox Live, the $15 charge, right?
Yeah, it does.
So like you're already kind of spending that money every year anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But now for like an additional $120, you know, if it's 180 a year, now you're already spending 60, so an extra 120, you get like all these free games for the year.
Right.
It's a pretty smanging deal.
When you put it that way, I see the value in it. Where it's not necessarily like an Xbox Gold or PlayStation Plus sort of subscription. It's like you're just buying games.
Yeah, yeah. The concerning thing is like when Ubisoft is like, we should make our own streaming service. And,
yeah, right.
Yeah, and exactly. Activision's like, we should make our own streaming service, and then all these things which we're starting to see in the in the movie streaming stuff like HBO, Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Disney
Peacock.
Plus, Peacock, CBS All Access. Like there's all these different things, but you know, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
who knows? I don't mind the subscription model. Like because I feel like it gives a lot of people who otherwise wouldn't have access to these things.
For
Like,
sure.
Because like even stuff like this is more my wheelhouse, but maybe someone will relate. Something like Pro Tools, right? Used to be like $300-$400
Right.
for this thing. Now it's like, well, you can spend $20 a month, cancel whenever you want, and you've got Pro Tools.
Yeah, Adobe Suite is the same
Adobe,
way.
same thing. Yeah, I would
It's
never
like
be able to
you
buy
can
Adobe.
spend $600 for Adobe Photoshop
Or $30 a month.
for everything. And it's like, oh, that's not bad. And then if you don't use it, you cancel it and re-up it. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of that, though. I feel like for me personally, who's on a budget, it's just going to be a lot of canceling.
Yeah. And
keeping track of like what I have subscribed to. And then going, okay, this month, nothing is out. I need to take that away. And then like budgeting that,
That's why I really love Google Play, because it keeps a lot of the subscriptions. Like, here's all your subscriptions, and I can just go in there. I could go into Google Play and be like, cancel HBO, cancel this, and we're good to go. Yeah.
It's really nice. I get that. It's like, this is due, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I gotta
Amazon gets me sometimes, because I'll order something on Amazon. They're like, here's a free month for ordering something, and I'm like, thanks. And then I forget a month later, and I'm like, fuck, I just paid for another month of Amazon. I forgot to cancel. They get me all the time.
I hate Amazon, dude.
They get me all the time. Although Invincible's on there, I really like that show. It's a good show.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But Amazon is a company, though. Fuck them.
Yeah. I don't want to piss in bottles or whatever. Let them unionize. Anyway.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. What to look forward to next week? Our free games for PlayStation were just announced. We've got Days Gone, which, cool. I might actually play that.
No.
I'll try it out. Why not?
You
I wish I had a...
You would.
Yeah, I would. I wish I had a PS5. This is pretty sweet that this is coming out as a free game. Oddworld Soulstorm is coming to PS5 for free.
Which, it's coming to PS5 for free, and I'm still not going to play it.
It
just doesn't.
Really?
It does not look.
Oh, dude, I'm stoked about that game.
It looks fine. It's just so brown. Everything's so brown, and I'm sick of that.
That's Oddworld, though.
I guess
that's their thing, man.
But Infamous was the same way. It was like, oh, everything's gray, everything's raining, and then they're like, all right, Infamous Second Son, and everything was like neon and colorful, and it's like, yeah, this is
Oddworld
cool.
is a statement about capitalistic apocalyptic society.
Right. I get that. It's the same reason I didn't play Mad Max Fury Road, or Mad Max whatever it was called.
It's just called Mad Max.
Yeah. I didn't play that because it was just brown, and I'm like, this looks
dude,
boring.
That game's fucking great though, and there's a lot of good colors in there. You should
again. I mentioned this. I mentioned this in the Falcon Winter Soldier conversation that we had earlier. I love locations.
I'm telling you, dude.
Everything.
I'm telling you, dude. If you play that game, you will be surprised by the locations. Because like when you get to a place, like to an army post, there's so much like random detail and stuff. Like it's honestly really, really good. It's honestly really good. Did you see the movie? Did you like the movie?
The movie was okay.
What the fuck? That movie's phenomenal.
It's okay. It's all set in a car on dirt. I mean, the music, the soundtrack, the sound in that movie was great. They legit
flipped trucks and semis for that movie. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, that doesn't mean Tenet's good, because they legit drove a 747 into a building. Like, okay.
Did they?
Yeah. Because it was cheaper than doing it in CG or some shit like that.
That sounds like a Nolan thing. Nolan's weird. The weird thing about Nolan is he has like these high concepts, and then like his cinematography is just like so boring. It's always just like close up on dude's face. That's Chris Nolan. I'm sorry, I'm getting on a tangent here.
I don't know, dude. Freaking Interstellar was fantastic.
But even Interstellar, a lot of it is like, and don't get me wrong, I love Nolan. He's one of my favorite directors of all time. I feel like that dude is really good at telling a story, and he's really good at directing actors. He's an actor's director for sure. But like, even in Interstellar, like there's a lot of like cool stuff going on, but like most of the character stuff is just like right in on Matthew McConaughey's face.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
like a lot of it. That's just sort of his thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, Rocket League Season 3.
You missed one, but that's okay. Rocket League Season 3 is also coming out this week.
What did I miss?
You missed Zombie Army 4 Dead War for the PS4.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Who
coming
cares?
out. Who cares about that?
Yeah,
who would play that game?
I guess the people who played the 3 previous ones, huh?
Oh, you're fucking right. Who are those people?
Who
I don't
are
know.
those people? This is this is Nick's little doohickey here. You want to just do the open critic shit? You just do the open critic shit.
I'll do the open critic
That is,
shit.
it's your segment. It's your thing.
Recent reviews on via Open Critic. You probably know what it is by now, and if you don't, you can figure it out yourself. Outrider got a 77, a score of 77 out of 14 critic reviews. That's terrible.
Yeah,
that's a bad review for a game that was supposed to like be the next Destiny or whatever. There's another one in here that I know you were looking at. Balan Wonderworld got a 49 out of 44 critic reviews.
Oh my god, that game looks so good though. What the fuck?
Horrible. Apparently, it's terrible.
That game looks so stylish though. With the dude with the hat. Wow.
The hats and like you change costumes and stuff like that. Yeah,
it looks so good though.
Apparently not good.
Wow.
But on the other side of the spectrum, we got the Disco Elysium game that just came out. That one got a 92. So far, there's only 10 critic reviews. It could lower, but probably not. This game has been getting some crazy good reviews. So if you're looking to pick up something quick and easy, I don't know about easy, quick and good, pick up Disco Elysium. It's probably the best one out right now.
You got a question?
Also, maybe this week I'll just do the question right into it. The question is, who the fuck? I was gonna say something, but I might just leave it. No. Who the fuck played Zombie Army 1, 2, and 3? Who are those people? Please, like,
that's a good question.
Can I get a hand raise or an eye in the chat if you've ever played Zombie Army 1, 2, or 3?
If you have,
or
can you
all
give
of
us
them?
a detailed review in the comments, please?
Yeah, should I even try the Zombie Army 4 thing out? I might
I think we stream
somebody can convince me, but
yeah,
God.
If you convince me, I will do a 12-hour stream of Zombie Army 4.
Nice.
Yeah,
and I will be there too.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. All right.
I don't know.
Plug our other shit.
We
got to wrap this shit up.
Make sure you check out the other LonerCast shows. We got the Jake and Corey podcast every Monday. We've been doing a lot of these spoiler casts. Me and Nick have been doing Falcon and Winter Soldier. That comes out every Wednesday. And then we just did a Snyder Cut spoiler cast recently. That was me and Austin. So that was fun. We went on for like an hour and 7 minutes about just Zack Snyder and his bullshit. And we've got some more chick flick stuff coming out soon as well. Make sure you check me out on Twitter. I'm at emergencypizza_. Check out Nick on Twitter. He's at fatal_microwave. And you can watch this show live every Monday at 3:30. Twitch.tv/LonerCast. We also stream video games here. We played Stellaris. We'll probably stream some Rocket League.
That's season 3 when that comes out for sure.
Yeah. That's the show.
That's
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.